Hello, welcome back to the plot. It is, I don't know, still early May, I guess, and I'm down this weekend. It must be honestly about 25 degrees today. It is red hot, and I've not brought any sun cream, so that was not very sensible of me. But today I've got quite a few jobs to tick off. I accidentally ended up at the garden centre yesterday, and yeah, into the reduction aisle, and there was quite a lot of stuff. So I bought some leeks, I got some lettuces, I got some more cabbages that can go in. I also got some seed potatoes. These were 50p. How can you say no? You can't say no. You shouldn't say no. It's impossible. I also got some bulbs as well that I'm going to put in. I've got a couple of raised beds that need fixing and doing up again. I had 3 tons of compost delivered last week, so I've shifted a lot of that, but the beds need to be repaired. I need to do a no dig bed on one of them, so I need to put loads of cardboard down before I can put the compost on top of that, so that needs doing. I'm going to do a little bit of a stock count on my seeds. Some have germinated well, others haven't. Because it's been really hot, it's been really dry as well, and inside this polytunnel it can get up to 35 degrees, so a lot of the stuff, if I'm not on it with the watering, has frazzled a little bit. But not to worry, so I'm going to do a stock check of those. I also have bees now as well, so that's a new one for me. I've currently not got a queen though, however, so I had a little bit of a disaster with that, but the bees look like they're creating a new queen cell, which is really exciting. So I've also got bees, so it's all happening, it's all going on now, and yeah, we're moving quickly into the season, and yeah, I really probably should stop talking and start doing, so I'll catch you soon. So I got a mixture of these seed sets from the garden centre. They were both £2 each, which in my opinion is a steal. So leeks, and this is mixed lettuce, and what I'm doing is this bed is going to be a mixed bed of onions, leeks, lettuce, peas, kale, and yeah, so I'm just randomly planting it anywhere that I want and just going to see how it goes. It's my first year doing companion planting, so hopefully it works. I've already got my onions in at the moment. These are onion sets. These were put in probably about 3 weeks ago. So yeah, let's get these in. When I'm planting leeks, I always make sure to make like a hole with this. So I'll literally just dig it down and screw it like so, and then you can plonk your leek in. The reason why you do this is then the leek will, or should in theory, grow to that girth size of the hole, if you will. So yeah, you want to plant them like that. That's how I do them. Within the leeks, I'm also planting my mixed lettuce leaves. Some of these I'll have in, I'll just keep taking the leaf off them. Others I'll let bulb up a little bit. I've got quite a lot. I'm learning each year to be, what's the word, accepting of the fact that some of these are going to be sacrificial to the slugs, because inevitably the slugs are going to get them. I have done an nematode treatment on all of the beds now, so hopefully the numbers are a little bit less or a little bit more under control. However, each year something gets decimated, and that's why I guess with these lettuce I'm quite lucky to have quite a few of them, because one of them will be sacrificial to the slugs. So enjoy. So I also have this coriander that needs to go in. Grew this from seed. It's actually really easy. I don't know why I'm saying that as if it's difficult. It is. It's pretty easy. So I've got a really nice herb bed that this is going to go into now. I have some self-seeded fennel. I got some thyme and sage from the garden centre, some chives from my allotment neighbour, rosemary from the garden centre, and now I've done some coriander from seed, which is going in. Just gonna put 2 clumps here. So I got these varieties from the garden centre that are just gonna, were 50p, so obviously I couldn't leave them. And I'm just gonna put them in these bags of compost this year because I'm probably not gonna need all of this compost. So I'm just gonna put it in and see how much we get. Oh, and all I'm doing with these is just firstly getting them out, and then if you can see that there's little like nodule, like purple weird things on them, you want to do those up or down, I can't remember, either way it'll be fine. And I'm just shoving them down as deep as I can. How did you, 1 2 3 4 5 6, you get 6 in a pack, and this is quite a big bag of compost, so I'm just going to put them all in. I never usually do potatoes because they annoy me. I've just not had good experience in the past growing them because I find that I either get a really small yield or I have great potatoes but there's loads of wireworm in them, and it just, for the amount of space that they take up, I mean, I did them in a big bed last year and that was probably not a good idea because they did take up a lot of space. When they're in these bags at the back of the plot, they don't take up that much space, so it's fine. And this will be easier to pull them out compared to when I've done them in a bed. You always miss 1 or 2 and you never know if you've got them all out, and you dig down and you kind of, sometimes your spade hits them. And it's not good. It's not good for my head. So for these, I'm just putting them in bags, and at least with the bags I can then tip them out once they're done. So that's all of those. I'm taking the plastic off and then putting that in there so I can remember what's what, which is not like me because I never remember. These ones are jazzy. I've never done these ones before, but they're a small potato, so that's quite sweet. I will be able to have these in salads. But yeah, these are begging to go in, if you can. So same again, pushing them as far down as I can. I'm giving them space in the bag. I'm not being pedantic about it, but there is space. I also got these from the garden centre for 50p, so I got 2 packets. And I'm going to put these in this flower bed here. They are a little bit late to be going out. The ones in my garden I put out probably March time, so they are a little bit late, but it's really not the end of the world. They'll catch up, and if not, hopefully they might come next year. So we've got quite a lot done today, which I'm happy with. I've got seedlings in, but there's still quite a lot to be doing. I don't know, I'm kind of looking around when I did my stock check of seedlings and I don't feel like I've got enough. You always underestimate how much you need, and I usually tend to undersow than oversow, which, yeah, I probably need to start oversowing because I end up in positions like this where I'm going to have to probably do a run to the garden centre and get some stuff, which is not the end of the world. It just makes everything a little bit more expensive, but it is what it is. I'd rather have it than not. So yeah, I've still got quite a lot to do. Probably going to do a bit of panic sowing over the next week and just see what else I can get in the ground. But yeah, thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope to see you again soon.